About that, guys. The stream just stopped. I have no idea why.
That's definitely true.
Waiting for everybody to come back online here. Give us a few seconds. We're gonna wait for everybody to come back online. Hi, Joan. Hi, Michael. The stream just died. I have no idea why that happened, but this is live, so you guys get to see the live portion of it. I mean, you know, you guys could always listen to the wonderfully edited, the edited versions where there's where I cut out a lot of the banter that's going on, and I add music to the podcast. If you ever want to listen to our podcast on the audio version, I highly encourage it and recommend it as well, because I spent a lot of time editing those, and they're good. You know, the actual podcast versions that you could get on iTunes and everywhere where podcasts are for audio, I really encourage you to listen to those, because I take a lot of time editing them and putting music, my original music, I put them in there, and you do miss some of the funny comedic bits, so you get that from when we're live, right, Captain Rickster?
Definitely true there, youngster.
You sound like an old man, Captain Rickster.
Right.
So,
whippersnapper.
I don't know what happened, Tony Darth and Carlos and everybody. Something here in Cali happened.
Yeah, just went right
and it
off.
was when I was talking about my cell phone that got stolen at Walmart.
That's why I turned off.
Maybe maybe the person saw me talking about them. Well, guess what, buddy? That phone is pinging, and we're going to have law enforcement see you soon.
Yes, we are.
So return my cell phone. Okay. So, yeah, back to what we were talking about. And thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. Everybody's coming back. I see everybody on board. Joan and Kevin and Darth and, yeah, Daniel and Carlos Lopez. We're all back. Okay. Martin, hi, everybody. Okay, so we're going to get started. A lot happened this week in the sci-fi world, news-wise, including Rise of the Resistance, the ride opened in Florida.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
Yes, it is
oh,
awesome.
If you haven't seen our video, go to our YouTube page when this, not now, but when the podcast is over, and take a look at our video, because we were invited. We had the privilege of being there for the Rise of the Resistance ride.
Yep. And it's gonna blow your mind away.
Dude, it feels like you're in a movie!
That's definitely true.
That's how excited I am about that. And I've been in a few movies.
That's definitely true.
But it really feels like you're in a Star Wars movie.
Yes,
it just
does.
blew my mind. And I was trying to get you guys to enjoy it as much as I could. I was trying to do like a point of view thing. But go look at, and everybody, you might have seen other ones though, but you know, after this podcast, go to the AllForSciFi YouTube page, take a look at our Rise of the Resistance video.
Yes. And definitely put a like on it. And a comment.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, thumbs up, whatever comments you have about it. But I can't wait, guys. I can't wait until this happens. I can't wait until everybody has a chance to experience what we experienced.
Yes.
And thank you, the Disney folks and everybody over there that invited us. And I understand now, though, that the lines are so long for that ride. People are it's like 10 hours? Or
yeah, that's what I heard, yeah.
Which is crazy. You're not going to wait 10 hours for a ride. You're going to
no.
go there all day to wait 10 minutes. It is, you know, it is an experience. It's very different than anything else. It's more of an experience, and it's longer. And oh my goodness, guys,
it's a real good ride.
I've said it. I went on enough about that, but yeah, check out our Rise of the Resistance video. I'm excited. It's in Florida. We should have got it here first in Cali, but they were making mistakes and they had to redo a lot of stuff. So, but we'll get it next month here. And we'll do another video here as well when it opens here in Walt Disney World. And as I was saying at the beginning of this podcast, tomorrow at 10 a.m. we're going to be streaming live at Galaxy's Edge. So join us tomorrow on the live stream. That's going to be on YouTube, not here on Facebook. But also happening in sci-fi news. A lot of stuff's happening this week. What else did we hear was going to happen? We got
Got the new Lost in Space series coming out.
Lost in Space is coming. Coming up shortly here in movies, we got the Jumanji movie.
Yes, it's coming next week.
Which we're going to be doing this. And the biggest movie of the year is coming after that. The week after that, the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So this month we really have a lot of work to do. And not only that, but we're also going to be in Dallas. And let's go ahead and now that we're back and the stream is okay, let's go ahead and give out the shout outs. AllForSciFi is very proud to be sponsored by Order 66 Toys.
That's right.
Order 66 Toys, Jeff, Josh, Robbie, Tim, Heather, Gingy, everybody over there, we love you guys. You're like family. And if anybody watching this podcast has not heard or seen Order 66 Toys, they are the nation's largest Star Wars only toy store. They're located outside of Dallas, but you don't have to be in Dallas. Every Friday night they have a Friday night live sale on Facebook. Yes. So I encourage everybody, go search Facebook and like Order 66 Toys out of Fairway Station, Texas. It's that one. And like them and follow them. So every Friday night, last Friday, they had a lot of really great, they were doing a modern sale and it was really great.
A lot of great deals.
I was able to get, it was like wholesale pricing on some of that stuff. $4, $5. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And also, this is very new, but we're very proud also to be sponsored and be a part of the community of Star Wars collectors.
Yes.
We are now officially a part of the CSWC, and that just makes me smile because I love Steve Spoltor and I love everybody there. I just love the community and I love the family and I love what we all have going on, and it's a great thing, guys. So if you haven't already, make sure you like the community of Star Wars collecting. Make sure you join the group so you can be a part of the family and the community. And of course, our admin Virginia has already shared all the info. It's right there for you on the side there. You could go ahead and click the links, and if you're part of the community, great. If you're not, go ahead and join. So yeah, guys, that I'm still going on and on about that Rise of the Resistance. Also, what we're talking about today is we're going to go ahead and talk about the Mandalorian Chapter 5, Gunslinger. Before we get into the full breakdown, I will warn you guys. So you guys, if you haven't seen the episode, you could go ahead and turn down the volume while we talk about that and come back and watch it later. But the new Mandalorian episode, we're going to talk about that as well. Mm-hmm. So lots of stuff going on, including we're going to be in Dallas coming up here for the Rise of Skywalker, their premiere. And we've been talking about this a lot. And there's going to be 5 of us actors from Star Wars there too. We got Mike Quinn, we got Stephen Constantino. If I pronounced your name wrong, I'm sorry. We have Mark Dotson, myself. I'm going to be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. If I didn't mention Mike Quinn as well. So it's just, and by the way, in the Rise of the Resistance, Neen Num makes an appearance.
Yes, he does.
Mike, you did a great job. As always, you did a great job. I would like to have some conversations with Mike, and maybe if Mike will agree to it, we'll try to interview him and some of the other. If you guys would like it, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. If you want us to, when we go to Dallas, maybe we could do some interviews with Mike Quinn. And if you have any questions you want to ask him, go ahead and give it to us in the comments below or send them to us on private message on Facebook. But yeah, I'd like to interview Mike and everybody, and ask him questions. I wonder I wonder if he's working on The Mandalorian, because he does a lot of puppetry work. I wonder if he was. I was talking to Kevin Thompson, by the way. He came by to do some signatures for some people that ordered the pictures of Chukatrak and myself. They ordered the pictures online. Kevin Thompson played Chukatrak. He's the Ewok that died in Caravan of Courage. And I was talking to him, and he was offered to do something on The Mandalorian. But he was doing something else at the time, and it wasn't paying that much. And they said I would be treated like an extra, so he declined it. So he could have been on The Mandalorian.
I would have too, if it was gonna be an extra.
Yeah, it was like a glorified thing. But then he heard they were bumping everybody up and paying him even more.
Oh, well, that's good.
So he said, "I wish I would have done it, because maybe he could have done some more stunt work and got paid even more money."
Oh yes,
Kevin could do stunt work for sure.
Yes, he can.
But, it's great. So be sure to, again, tomorrow, look out on Facebook, and look out for us when we go live at YouTube tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So I know a lot of people are not on Pacific time. but it's 10 o'clock Pacific time, which would be 11,
12.
1 o'clock Eastern
time, and
12 o'clock Mountain. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about The Mandalorian, Chapter 5, Gunslinger. We're going to give a review first. This is not spoilers, but let's go ahead and give the rating right up front and talk non-spoilerly real quick. The Chapter 5. What am I going to give it? You know, I like the things that I liked, of course, is what everybody likes about Chapter 5. There was a lot of callbacks to
yes, there was.
A New Hope in there.
Yes.
So it brought back a lot of memories of the original Star Wars for me, and I love that part of it. Also, it's important to note that this episode was the first episode that was not written by Jon Favreau. It was written by Dave Filoni.
Right.
Dave Filoni also directed this episode, so he directed it and wrote this particular episode. It had a lot of callbacks to A New Hope. And also, if you guys remember that trading card series, the Star Wars trading card series where you saw the Stormtrooper on the dewback, they almost, one of the shots almost mirrored that.
Yes.
It was, and I could tell it was a callback to the trading card series, which was cool. But it was the Mandalorian, of course, on it. And that was great, too, having a Mandalorian on a dewback since, look at this buddy. He's sitting right here. He's sitting right there. So look at that dewback. Isn't that wonderful?
Yep.
Yeah. That was my wife's phone, by the way.
Yes.
My phone is still lost. Okay, so it had a lot of callbacks to that. So giving it a rating, this is what happens when you're live, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So giving Chapter 5 a rating, at AllForSciFi, we have a rating scale of 0 to 5 stars. You know, 5 being the best. There's been a few 5s this year, not too many. We gave Avengers Endgame a 5, remember?
Right.
We gave the premiere episode of The Mandalorian a 5-star.
That's right.
And did we give another episode a 5?
Yeah, last one, number 4.
We gave another one a 5. So we've only given 3 5 stars.
This year. 3
of them. But this one's not going to get a 5 stars. I'm going to give, I believe it's worth more than 4 stars, but I'm going to give Chapter 5 of The Mandalorian Gunslinger 4.25 stars. 4.25. What do you think?
No, I kind of like it more.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it was not much action in it, which is actually a good part. And plus, it had the baby in there, which I liked. And especially when, can't think of the lady's name. You talked about her before.
The woman in the hangar that looked like Rhea Perlman.
Right,
reminded me of Rhea Perlman.
Yeah, she reminds me of her too.
Yeah.
And the adventure they took on, plus with the cantina and stuff, I mean, I'm going to give it a 4.50. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, we don't always agree, and we usually don't. So it kind of blew my mind when we were agreeing a couple times.
That's definitely true. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually don't agree upon stuff like that. So.
No, but to me, it gave me a little more sense of home feeling.
Home feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, let's go ahead and let everybody know we're going to do a breakdown of the episode now. So we're going to actually have spoilers. So if you haven't seen Chapter 5, pause this, come back later and watch the discussion. Let's go ahead and discuss the episode. The episode had, as I mentioned, had a lot of callbacks to A New Hope.
Yes, it did.
The fact that they went to Tatooine was just amazing. They didn't say they were on Tatooine anywhere in the episode, but us Star Wars fans, the second you heard that person saying Mos Eisley Spaceport,
yes, that's right,
we knew they were on Tatooine, and they still never said it. They never said the name of the planet.
No.
So the episode starts off with kind of where the other one left off, and I like the way this show is doing it. It's not jumping all around. It's kind of a continuation. That's what I love a lot about shows is when they don't jump a lot and have a lot of time jumps, because I want to have a solid story that continues and flows. And that's what I like about The Mandalorian the most is it's a continuing story. It's his adventure. So it starts where they left off, except for right as it starts, he's in a big firefight with another, he has another bounty hunter that's chasing him in another Star Cruiser. and he's shooting at him. He's just about ready to pulverize him, and the poor kid. Oh, he's almost about ready to cry, and he's being knocked around. Oh, the baby Yoda's so cute.
Oh, I know, wasn't it?
He looks sad, and and then the bounty hunter tells the Mandalorian, he says, I could take you in warm or cold.
Wrong answer.
Wrong thing. Don't steal the Mandalorian's lines. Stealing the Mandalorian's lines does not work. That made the Mandalorian so mad that he did one of those things like from a Top Gun movie, like your Maverick, Tom Cruise, and he flipped the ship behind him, got him in his sights, ping, ping, ping. He's done and says, "That's my line."
That's right. That was good.
That's my line.
Hey, that's a new shirt.
This is the way.
Yes, it is.
I have spoken.
That's right.
The dialogue in The Mandalorian is what I love the most about it.
Yes.
And the fact that it's like Dirty Harry meets, some Western in space. It's just awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's come back to Facebook Live and see what's going on with everybody there. Hey, yeah, Daniel Sanchez gave us a smiley face. Steven Spoltor says he's shared a link. So everybody, there's a link right there. Steve shared a link to the community of Star Wars collectors. Make sure you click on that. And hey, Jeffrey, Papa Jeff joined us. Hey there, shout out to our Papa Jeff. We're going to see you soon. And yeah, so thank you everybody for joining us. And okay, so after that, let's continue the breakdown. The title comes up, The Mandalorian, of course. And you see him outside the desert planet, Tatooine.
Right.
And he calls and that's when they say, Mos Eisley Spaceport. And
we've been tracking you.
We've been tracking you. Yeah. So, and he tells him, you're cleared to land in Hangar Bay 35. So he lands, and a bunch of those, of course, another callback. The little robots come out, and he shoots at them. And, of course, that sets off the Rhea Perlman character. Hey, don't shoot at my robots.
Well, you got to pay for them.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay for them. So the Mandalorian basically tells her he has a problem with droids, Captain Rickster, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So he tells her, go ahead. She's looking at the ship saying, wow, you got a lot of damage here. You got the fire. It looks like you've been in a firefight. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, right.
And that's going to get you. And you got a fuel leak, and you got this. That's going to be, and he hands her 500 Imperial credits.
Yes, I know, huh?
And she says that will cover the rental of being there in the bay there.
Yeah, really.
So he has to go out and find work. I'll go out and find work. And one of the things he did was the baby went to sleep, and he put the baby in a crib and closed it. So he put the baby in there, not even telling her, by the way, that he did that.
Right.
So so the baby is asleep inside the Razor Crest, and so he tells her, I'm going to go look for work, and tells her, go ahead and get started. And of course, she thinks he's going to leave it or something, Yeah, everybody tells her those things. And he leaves, and then he goes into the world's most famous cantina in the entire world.
Yes.
But it's almost completely empty. It's like a ghost town.
Yep.
Isn't it? It's
yeah,
like
a
ghost town. It's like and what was interesting was, at the beginning of New Hope.
Yes, it was.
The bartender that was there said, no droids are allowed in here. So when did they change that rule? Now in the future, they allow droids?
Well, I mean, it's just the future. It's not, back then.
Because the bartender is a droid.
Yeah, and the original bartender is no longer there.
Well, maybe a droid killed him.
You never know.
Yeah. And coming back to Facebook Live, I see. Hey, Robert. Robert joined us. Mike. Hey, yes. Aaron Anderson said, yeah, he likes the Clint Eastwood stuff.
Good.
Yeah, me too. I love Clint Eastwood. He's such an icon.
Yes, he is.
So he goes up to the bartender and asks for work, and the bartender says the guild does not work there. There is no work. It's like, how does a bartender automatically? I guess they automatically know he's a Mandalorian, so he's going to be a bounty hunter, right?
Right.
But I guess we're assuming stuff. So as he's talking, and the Mandalorian says, well, forget guild stuff. Is there anything, kind of under the table type of thing? He's being overheard by another very young-faced greenhorn, wet behind the ears bounty hunter, which we find. His name was Toro. His name is Toro. And he calls him over, and he's sitting in the same seat that I believe that had Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Right.
Where Han didn't shoot first. No, wait a minute. He did.
No, he did shoot first.
Right.
This time he didn't shoot anybody this time.
Yeah, right. So he gets the Mandalorian to come over there, and he has a bounty puck. And he shows his bounty is for a very lethal assassin named Finnick.
Yep.
So, and that's the character Ming-Na Wen's character, who I love. I love her from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
From the S.H.I.E.L.D. series, and she's a great actress.
Oh, you know something? I saw her. She's in another movie, too.
What?
Jumanji.
Really?
I saw the picture of her yesterday.
Oh, she's a great actress. And
yes, she is.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that character. And he's telling this wet behind the ear greenhorn, he's telling him, you don't even want to go near her. She is so connected. This assassin is so connected that, she, with all the crime syndicates, and he mentions the Hutts. Mm-hmm. She's even connected to the Hutts, which was, thank you, Dave Filoni.
Yes.
And Kathleen Kennedy. You deserve the respect as well. So, and of course, John, who writes most of them, but Dave wrote this one. Yes. Okay, so I digress. So anyway, he tells him, look, you better not even go after her because she'll just destroy you.
That's right.
And so he finally agrees that the kid kind of talks him into helping him, but the bounty hunter, the Mandalorian wants all the money if he's going to do this.
Yes.
And the kid doesn't want the money for this bounty. He doesn't want the credits. He just wants to get into the guild. So if he gets this lady captured, that's his ticket into the guild. So he can become a bounty hunter.
That's true.
So then it goes back to the hangar. Oh, before it goes back to the hangar, guess who makes a lot of noise in the Razor Crest and it comes out?
It's the baby.
The kid. Yep, baby Yoda. He ends up coming out. And, of course, she takes a shine to him.
Real quick.
Yeah. And as she's talking, she's saying, yeah, and I'm also going to charge the Mandalorian more money for taking care of the little baby.
That's right.
She should do it for free.
Yeah, she should have, but she didn't.
Yeah.
She's a little on the greed side there.
Yeah, well, she lives at Mos Eisley Spaceports.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, out in the outer rim. So anyway, they go back and she chews out the Mandalorian. Why did you tell me you had a baby? You shouldn't leave. Do you know how to take care of kids? And of course she's right.
Yeah, of course she's right.
He doesn't know how to take care of kids, but
That's
he's,
true.
but what I like about the Mandalorian is he has a heart.
Yeah, he does have a
heart.
heart.
And I love that about him. How incredible, guys. How incredible is this show that we have never seen the Mandalorian take off his helmet.
That's right.
And yet we love this character. We know he has a heart. We know so much about him. Pedro Pascal, you are doing a great job. He was the perfect choice as a Mandalorian. I'm glad they chose him.
We'll see what happens in the next episode. And the rumor is he's supposed to take it off in the next episode.
I heard a rumor, about episode 6. We'll see.
Definitely a rumor.
Hopefully he takes it off before the end of the season for sure.
That'd be good.
And coming back to Facebook Live, hey, we see a few more people joined us. Hey, Swoop. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe. How you doing? What's up there? And Gonzalo and a few other people. Nice. Thank you for joining me. I don't want to pronounce your names wrong and be rude. Okay. So basically, she says she's going to take. He's okay because he's going to take care of the baby. So and. The young Toro, the young bounty hunter, comes back and he has the speeder bikes. And how great is that?
Oh, yes.
So he gets 2 speeder bikes, one for him and a Mando, and they take off and we're going into the desert, guys. And suddenly the Mandalorian stops. And he says, do you see that up ahead of you? And guess what? And he looks through the binoculars. Guess what he sees? Hello, dewback.
That's right. Saw some dewbacks there.
Yeah, he saw, but that dewback wasn't green. My dewback is green.
Those are gray.
that one was kind of like a
grayish color.
Yeah, kind of like a brownish gray. Yeah. And the person riding the dewback was on the ground, dead.
Yes.
So they discover that the assassin Finnick is waiting with a gun, and she starts shooting at them. And so they take cover. Thing's gonna fall almost.
Mm-hmm.
So they take cover. Let me put this back.
Yeah,
so they take cover, and he says, we gotta wait for nightfall because she has the high ground. There you go, high ground.
High ground. Yep.
We know what happens when you have the high ground, right, Obi-Wan?
Yes, we do.
Right, Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yep.
So she has a high ground, and he tells them that when we have the cover of darkness, we're going to use these charges to blind her, and then we still may get killed.
That's right.
So they wait until nightfall, then they head off, and as they're going with the speeder bikes or hitting the charges to make this bright, blinding thing, and she's smart. She's like focusing in on the Mandalorian. She's shooting at him, so she knows better.
Oh yeah.
So she's shooting at him, and he finally gets knocked off, and when he gets knocked off, the boy had enough time to get up behind her, and that's what the plan was. So they end up handcuffing her, and the Mandalorian comes up. His best car is what's saving him.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely it is. Yes.
And so the problem is when she was shooting at the Mandalorian, guess what? The other speeder bike was destroyed.
That's right.
So now they have one speeder bike. What are they going to do? So the Mandalorian remembers the dewback and says, well, why don't you go get the dewback? Of course, the kid ain't buying that. If I leave and go get the dewback, so we have an extra ride, you're going to take off with my bounty. He may be a greenhorn, but he's not stupid.
That's true.
And he is stupid because of what happens to him at the end of the piece.
Yeah, it's definitely true.
So the Mandalorian takes off to go get the dewback, and he's taken forever. And the sun comes up, and it's now in the morning, and she's talking to this greenhorn bounty hunter, and she's telling him, "Hey, that's the Mandalorian that everybody's looking for. He's the one that shot up the place just recently, and the guild wants him, and he stole one of the bounties." So, and she's telling him his best car even his steel is worth more than my bounty, and if you brought him in, you'll become legendary. Hey guys, I think they used the word legendary too much in this episode. That was a little bit of a gripe, but
too much. Yeah,
they kept using it. But she gets to him, but then he decides, if you're not worth anything, might as well kill you, and he shoots her.
That's right.
So she lays down on the ground, but you could tell where he shot her. She's not going to be dead. I don't think she's dead. So she passes out and lay down on the ground. So he takes off back over the space hangar 35. And the Mandalorian shows up and sees that she's shot. The Mandalorian thinks she's dead. So he's on the dewback, and you see that image. I'm telling you, it kind of reminded me of that trading card series where you have the stormtrooper on the dewback, but it's a Mandalorian. But it's a great callback either way. So the Mandalorian has to go back, and it takes them all day because it's on those dewbacks, and the way they walk is kind of cute. They wobble.
And they're so slow.
They're wobbling. Hello. I could probably walk like a dewback, but
you do already. So
stop it. I'm not a dewback.
I wonder sometimes.
Before I lost the weight, all my life I have this weight problem. Thank you, Mom. But I got the weight problem, and I got the no hair from my mother's side of the family. So thank you, Mom and uncles from my mother's side of the family. But I still love you, Mom. Anyway, so I've been accused of being Jabba the Hutt before, but
yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm not that big, but no. I'm still working on it.
Yes, no, you're not.
It's a life. Yes, I don't have to anymore. I don't eat anymore. I don't have a stomach.
That's right.
But it still feels like work. Anyway.
You're working on looking like a C-3PO.
I know. I don't eat anymore, do I?
I know. No, he doesn't. In fact,
my wife eats more than me. And have you seen pictures of my wife? She's thin.
A lot thinner.
Yeah. They think she's too thin, but
yes.
Yeah. I eat less than her. Well, as some of you might know, I had surgery, and they took out 80% of my stomach. And it's the best thing I ever did in my life, and I'm thankful that I did it. Because, guys, if I would kept going the way I was going, I probably wouldn't be alive more than another 10 years, for sure. So I'm happy, and I'm where I'm at. So off on my story. So the Mandalorian finally makes it back to the hangar, and the idiot kid is holding that baby.
Oh, yes.
Yoda, and he ends up going up to them, and he hands the lady handcuffs and says, "Go handcuffs him." But the Mandalorian has one of those charges, and she says to the Mandalorian, "You're smarter than you look." How does it that we remember every line from this, and we've only watched it once or twice?
Yeah, I know, huh?
That's how you know it's good writing, right?
That's definitely true.
Okay, so he sets off the charge, and he's able to shoot the kid and kill him.
Yeah.
So, and pretty much into the story, and she's looking all somber and sad. I guess you don't. I guess I'm not going to get paid, and I'm sad because I'm not going to get paid. But guess what? He grabbed all the kid's money and hands it to her. Will that cover it?
Yeah, more than enough.
More than enough, because it's a Mandalorian and he's cool. Yeah. So he gets on. They say their goodbyes, and he gets in the Razor Crest, and he takes off. So we're going to continue with him on Chapter 6, coming this Friday. But before that happened, we had a little cliffhanger.
That's right.
Somebody shows up, and we don't see who it is. Who do you think it is that's walking? You just see someone walk in, and they walk up to the Ming-Na Wen's character, Finnick. Yep. Who do you think that is, Captain Rickster?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, dude.
I have no idea. I can't wait to see who it's going to be. Actually, when they do it on next episode.
Let me tell you something, guys. Not only do I love The Mandalorian because how good it is, but it's bringing my family together. My wife never watches anything with me. She's into her Korean soap operas. All she does is, and they're dubbed into her language, Vietnamese, but that's all she watches are those soap operas all the time.
Right.
You know, that's her favorite thing. But she wants to watch The Mandalorian every week with me, and that is just great. It's like, I want to see what's happening to the baby, is what she says.
Yeah, that baby. She loves that baby.
So we're going to find out what's going to happen to the baby. So the baby's still alive, and it's still part of the episode, but eventually something's got to happen with the baby. But that's what I love about The Mandalorian, is it brings everybody together.
That's true, but we don't know about the baby. It might go through through season 2 for all we know.
Who knows? But the reason why I brought up my wife, let me tell you who my wife said it is. And I think she's right. Guess who she says it is?
Who?
She thinks it's Grief Karga.
It could be, yeah.
She thinks it's Grief Karga, Carl Weathers' character.
Right.
She thinks that's him following, and she's seeing how he's doing, and I think that's a good guess.
Right, me too.
That's a very good guess. So I'm proud of you. Good guess, honey. But I think it's that other character that hasn't been introduced. It's another actor. He's a black guy. You see, he has white hair. I don't know the character's name because I don't know if they've said it. But it's one of the characters we've seen in the trailers,
right, and
in the promotional pictures. I think it's that character. I guess we'll find out, right?
We'll find out next.
We'll find out
come Friday.
Well, at least before the season ends. I don't think we're going to find out in the next episode.
Well, we'll see.
I think it's too soon, but we'll find out before that by the last premiere, the final episode of the season. I think that's when we're going to find out everything. I think they're going to wrap up with Baby Yoda at the end of the season 2 and find a home for him, even if it's on Dagobah.
Yeah,
with some of other relatives, Yoda's relatives, or find some of his family, and then they'll say who the Yoda species is. You think that's going to happen?
That could happen, yeah.
I think so too. I think so. I think they'll get that all wrapped up.
But I think at the end of the season, though, they're going to be a big giant cliffhanger.
You think? Well, I hope not. I hope it just wraps up the season. And it's a small cliffhanger, I'm okay, but I don't want something huge. I want a cliffhanger on this one. I'm interested to watch season 2. I'm kind of against that kind of thing. But I see the purpose of it. Yeah, there's purpose because you want people to come back to see the second season. I see the purpose, but I don't want it to be something too much of too cliffhanging.
No, but
I want the season to have some sort of something being resolved with the Mandalorian in his life. Something. As long as I don't mind if it has a cliffhanger, as long as they resolved something, whatever it is. Even if it's with Baby Yoda, him having a place for him, and then they have a big cliffhanger, then I'm okay with it. But guys, have it go somewhere where it has an ending, and then do a cliffhanger. That I would like. That would be a good idea, Captain Rickster.
Okay, but even still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming back to Facebook Live, everybody, and that's pretty much it for this week's episode of The Mandalorian Chapter 5 Gunslinger.
Yeah.
And
you also remember too, though, remember those the helmets that were in the original trailer of The Mandalorian was also part of the story too today, or
this last episode, yeah.
Yeah.
This last episode showed a lot of the stuff from the trailers was in this episode. When the bike flips around, when he's on a speeder and
Right.
the charge goes off, and you see Toro, the bounty hunter guy, that was in it.
That's it. Yeah.
The helmet thing you're talking about, the stormtroopers
Right.
on the sticks, that was part of it. There was one or two other things too that I noticed as well that was part of the trailer. Yeah, so that's it. It was. I think it's. I'm not going to change my rating, but it's definitely a solid 4.25 stars, and I almost gave it a 4.5 stars. But Captain Rickster and I can't agree on everything.
That's definitely true. I especially like the artwork at the end of the when you do the credits. They show the artwork.
Oh, I love that part
The
about the
artwork is really interesting. you know?
Yes, it is. And the artwork on the end credits, every show that episode they have an artist do all these renderings, and it's beautiful artwork.
Oh,
I
yes,
agree.
it is.
Some of that I wouldn't mind buying.
Oh, well, yeah, if we could afford them, and if we can find them.
If they could do some affordable prints. Well, who knows? They might release it. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
I'm a little sad that I don't think that there's going to be much Baby Yoda merchandise. What's a merches?
With the merches.
I don't know what a merches is,
I
but I know what
bet you-
merchandise is, buddy.
No, I bet you don't know what merchandise even is.
Yeah. But they're trying to sucker us in, and
Yeah, for
it's
Christmas.
coming. Please pre-order it, and we'll get it to you in April or March.
Right. Yeah, if you order before Christmas,
You're
you
not
might get
getting
it.
my money, buddy. I'm not gonna. I would never pre-order something that far in advance. No way.
That's definitely true.
Some people will do it, but that's your decision if you got extra cash. And coming back to Facebook Live, Joan Atwood says it's Daniel Logan.
Yeah, it could be.
Joe says the rumor is it's Boba Fett, which might be Daniel Logan too, because that's Boba Fett. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Maybe Joe, maybe Joan. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see.
Yeah. I mean, the rumor mill is always going, and it's always going and going and going. Just as long as it's not the rumor mill created by Mike Zero.
Oh, no kidding.
Just don't get zeroed where you throw everything in the kitchen sink out there.
That's definitely true.
Anyway, so it's been a great week. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming on. I thank you, everybody, for joining us on this live version of our podcast, Chapter 5. We talked about the rise of resistance, the ride, which, it was so incredible. Make sure you go check out our video about the ride in Florida, Rise of Resistance, which just opened. We talked about other stuff coming out, Jumanji, which we're going to be reviewing shortly. And it's thank you guys for joining this episode. As always, if you have any suggestions, anything you guys want us to do, please write us. Go to our website, AllForSciFi.com. There is a contact page where you could throw us an email, and if you got any suggestions, please, we read it. If you have any, also these comments here on the side of all of our videos, we'll go back and I always respond to the comments. So if you have any suggestions, please put them there. Also, don't forget our sponsors, Order 66 Toys and the Community of Star Wars Collectors. Make sure you join those as well. And remember, this week, guys, as I always say, do something nice for somebody. Whether it's an old lady who needs her groceries carried to the car, if you have a neighbor that's sick, cook them some food. If you have an older person who can't mow their lawn, be nice. Do one act of kindness this week. It'll make the world a better place. And that's it, basically. I'm Eric Walker.
And I'm Captain Rickster.
Thank you, everybody. May the force be with you always.
Yep. Have a great weekend.
Remember to join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Galaxy's Edge. We'll post the links on our Facebook page to go over to YouTube. And if you're already subscribed to YouTube, make sure you click the notification bell so you're notified. Either way, catch us tomorrow. We're going to be streaming live. We got some interesting stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow at Galaxy's Edge. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week and stay blessed. God bless.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.